Hey guys, Modsy here, back with another video, and I thought it would be fun to sort of do a roundup of 2017 for my collection and how it's sort of going so far. This year I've kind of pretty aggressively been adding to my collection. In previous years I've just, every time I've sort of remembered to search for something, I've, got lucky, or I haven't, and I bought something and I haven't, So, but this year I've got really lucky with some of the cards that I've been wanting to tick off, like my bucket list. For collecting. I apologise if I'm a bit shaky at the moment. I'm just freehanding the camera, but it is hot as balls here in Melbourne today. So it is really roasting. So if you're hearing a noise in the background, it is the fan, because it's roasting hot in this tiny little office here. No air conditioning, so it's hot as hell. So I guess I'll sort of I won't cover every single video card that I've got, but I'll sort of show you them all, and you can kind of work out what they are. But I'll just go over the main milestones of the main cards that I can't believe I managed to find, sort of the bigger achievement sort of cards, I guess you can say, that I'm really glad to finally tick off my list. Ooh, where are we? Okay, that one there, the Asus Extreme N7800 GT Dual limited edition card. It's the dual chip. It's basically got two 7800 GT cores on the one PCB, the one with the big armoured shield there. Managed to pick that up for a ridiculously low price, like I'm talking sub $50 Australian, from a local seller here. As the car goes past. I've got my Swiftech 7800 GTX with my Swiftech water cooling bits and pieces on it at the moment. That's just sort of there as a placeholder because the shroud and fan and stuff I'm replacing because it broke in shipping. So I've just got them on there just for the fun of it at the moment. So those two cards, even though this one has a different shroud on it than this one, they're both 6800 Ultras. I managed to pick up, I think in December, like around New Year, end of 2016, early 2017, I picked up my two 512 meg 6800 Ultras. Now you've seen them in a video before, and normally this one does have the black shroud on it as well, but I've swapped it over to my spare 6800 reference one because it sort of looks nicer and you can sort of tell what it is in the back of the shot of the webcam and stuff, so that's why I put that shroud on there, but normally it has the same one that's on the black one there. So then we come down to the AGP cards and PCI cards, and this is where the bulk of my collection has pretty much taken place this year. I already had my 6800 Ultra Extreme. I've had that one for almost 2 years now, almost. That's the main one that I have in my main Pentium 4 Retro build. I guess now one of the highlights of my collection is my GeForce 4 TI 4600, the Asus V8460 Ultra Deluxe, the proper Ultra Deluxe, not the fake Ultra Deluxe that a lot of people are trying to sell on eBay, which is actually just the normal Deluxe, not the Ultra Deluxe. Anyway, managed to pick that up off a seller in UK, and I've done a full feature video on that. It's an incredible card, and it's in practically brand new condition. As you can probably tell, there's like no scratches on the shroud. It's in just immaculate condition. Next to it, we've got my GeForce 4 TI 4200, my Millennium Silver XXX edition version, which is a really nice sort of that silvery PCB from XXX that they do, which is just absolutely incredible. Really nice. Oh, focus, sorry. There we go. GeForce 3 TI 500 I got this year as well. It's an MX440 from Soltech with a white PCB. GeForce 2 Ti. Then these two cards, my two 3DFX Voodoo 2s, I've had for like 5 or 6 years now almost. Actually almost 10 years now, holy shit. Yeah, I got them before I moved to Melbourne, holy crap. This is an interesting one. So this is a card I'm going to be doing in a feature video coming up early next year. I'm going to be featuring in a Windows 98 build. It is a PCI Radeon, ATI Radeon 9000 PCI card. Which is really cool, and it is actually quite powerful, and it's a very special version as well. It's not the normal retail version, which is why it's got a very massive PCB compared to the normal retail version as well, which is kind of cool. Then we move down to the bulk of my ATI PCI Express cards and AGP cards. So I've got my 9800 Pro, 9500 Pro, X700 Pro, which I got off a friend very recently. It's not one that I was really looking at specifically for the collection, but it does have the ruby decal on the fan, and it's in really good condition. So I'm a big fan of collecting like the Ruby, what do you call it? Like the reference design coolers that have the Ruby logo and stuff on them, which is really cool. They're sort of it's like collecting the reference NVIDIA cards with the the NVIDIA reference shell on them and things like that. So that's what, or claw, sorry. Yeah, so the bulk of the ones that I added for this year are those three. So the 9800 Pro, 9500 Pro, X700 Pro, the 5970 as well. Also the HD 3870 I added. That's a X800, X850 XTPE. I added that late last year, so I've had that one for a while, and all the rest I've had for a while. 5770, X800 XL, but it's the all-in-wonder version. Okay, so the bulk of the cards that I've added here this year, we've got the GTX 280, which I added only about a week and a half ago. I bought it for $10 off of a local e-waste seller. It's one of the cards that I was sort of not actively looking at, but for that price I couldn't pass it up, and it also is the reference NVIDIA design with the claw with the green and stuff on it as well, so I couldn't pass up grabbing it for $10, which was just an absolute bargain, and it works. There's absolutely nothing. It was a bit dirty, but for $10 obviously you can't complain. My 8800 GTS 640 meg XXX edition card, so that one I added sort of mid-year as well. The card in the back is my GTX 770 that's normally in my racing rig, but I sort of took it out for doing this photos to sort of fill out this part of the NVIDIA cards. And then of course the pride sitting in front here is the original OG Titan. This card is now normally in my main gaming PC because I basically sold my GTX 970 to swap in for the Titan, which I know is a sort of a back step in terms of generations, but I wanted a Titan for my collection. I didn't want to keep my 970. I was going to be trading it in for an upgrade anyway, and the opportunity to come up basically to buy this EVGA superclocked Titan from a friend of mine for a really, really good price, like a lot less than what you find it on eBay and stuff, and I just couldn't pass up the opportunity, so I basically just flogged off my GTX 970 with the water block and the chrome backplate and all of that for a decent price. I made a little bit of money. Well, I say made money, but I mean I bought this for less than what I sold the 970 for, so quite a bit less anyway. Yeah, and then just the sound cards, which is nothing important. Nothing's really changed. I actually haven't bought any of the sound cards that I wanted to buy this year. I've been so focused on the video cards that I actually kept forgetting to even look and check for the sound cards. So the original Sound Blaster 5.1 that I use in my Windows 98 PC, and then the Audigi ZS2 card as well, and an Audiophile 2496, which I use in my I actually use that in my racing rig because it connects to the stereo with the VGA, and I don't have to do conversion, as it has input as well. So I actually use that because it has RCA input, so I can, when I record my Nintendo 64 footage, I can just plug the sound directly straight into this, and it has much better high quality recording and capabilities for the audio for the Nintendo 64 and the Wii and stuff as well. So yeah, that's the collection and how it's going for 2017. Quite a lot of additions to the collection this year, which has been really, really awesome. I've benchmarked 90% of these. Some of the newer ones I need to do like thermal pad replacements and things like that on them, just to sort of make sure that they're functioning with, you know, fresh thermal compound and fresh thermal pads, etc. Like for instance, the that card, and that card had really bad thermal pads. I've got to do a replacement of those, and I'm actually going to be doing a video on that really soon. It's a bit of a sort of random video whenever I've got some time over the Christmas period, on sort of replacing and maintaining retro video cards and sort of things to look out for to sort of make sure they last the distance and things like that. So yeah, I've been rambling quite a bit, but I hope you guys enjoyed this sort of update to my 2017 GPU collection and other, I guess, because I've got other as well. If you have any questions about the collection, I will be continuing to update you guys in the new year as well, and I will be doing an update video at the end of December for the extra GeForce 6 series card that I've got coming in as well, because it's a bit of a unique card and I definitely want to do a video on it because it's really cool. Yeah, so look, feel free to subscribe and like and whatever, but feel free to comment as well. What was your favourite video card that you sort of liked from the collection? Or if you have any questions about where to buy these sort of cards, or sort of how to look for good deals and other places to find cards and things like that, just let me know. I'll gladly answer. So yeah, thanks very much for your time. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.